2021 Virtual ICDC. Hi, my name is Sriracha.
And I'm Mariana, and today we will be presenting our integrated marketing campaign event called Junkstock Festival.
Imagine an old farm filled with over 200 pop-up boutique shops and food carts. There's music over here, there are funnel cakes over there, and of course, there's junk everywhere. From rustic antiques to handmade jewelry, these boutique shops carry all sorts of junk that people love to shop for. And this spectacular event is known as
Junkstock, a two-day festival during the first 2 weeks in October where food, music, and junk combine into a family-friendly event. Junkstock is located at Sycamore Farms right outside Omaha, Nebraska. Not only does Junkstock give back to the local community, but it also allows people to make amazing memories.
When we began our research, we noticed that Junkstock's audience engagement, advertising, and social media presence were limited. To help solve these problems, we created three objectives. The first objective was to increase advertising. We wanted to gather many more attendees to come out and experience Junkstock for themselves. So this is why we utilized very unique advertising strategies to send the word out to the local community as well as the neighboring cities of Lincoln and Gretna.
We also looked into increasing the audience engagement on social media. We saw that Junkstock already had a large number of followers on their Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. However, their posts were reaching less than 1% of their audiences. So for example, on their Instagram, they were getting around 28,000 followers, but only around 200 likes. We wanted to even out the follower ratio and increase the percentage of engagement rate from 1% to 5% on all three social media platforms. We also wanted to increase our activity on social media. We understood the importance of keeping our current customers engaged while also catching the eye of new audiences, so we decided to post more prior to the Junkstock season. This helped us to have people come round when we opened our gates in October.
As for our target market consisted of two groups. The first group was 13 to 24-year-olds who use Instagram the most, and the second group consisted of 25 to 49-year-olds who use Facebook and Twitter the most. The reason we split it up into two groups was because we wanted to be able to target our consumers better on each of these platforms, so we did our due diligence to research the demographics, and this is what we found. As for the geographic target market, we were looking at people in the Omaha area as well as the surrounding cities, and we were also looking at antique collectors because Junkstock has a whole area of very beautiful antiques that we know antique collectors would just love.
We started our campaign off on September 12th with ads in the local newspapers like the Omaha World Herald, as well as the surrounding city's newspaper, the Lincoln Journal-Star. We provided the details of the event every Sunday for 3 weeks. This helped us target older generations as well as spread awareness to the neighboring cities.
We took over Junkstock's social media accounts on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook every Monday and Thursday for 3 weeks leading up to the event starting on September 13th. We posted things like polls, story stickers, we invited comments from our followers about their past experiences at Junkstock and other things of that nature. We also paid to have our tweets promoted on Twitter so we would be able to catch the eye of new audiences without them having to reach out to us first. And by using this strategy, we were able to help Junkstock become much more active on all three social media platforms.
We also held a social media contest in order to increase our audience engagement. Starting on September 19th through the 26th, we had followers engage on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages for a full week. To earn an entry into the contest, the participants had to comment, share, or retweet our post. A random winner was selected on September 27th, and they earned a free entry plus a $50 prepaid Visa card to spend. The contest encouraged engagement with the campaign, as well as by having our followers share our posts, we were able to reach new people. In the end, our social media accounts skyrocketed from less than 1% to around 3%.
We reached out to a local blog for moms called Omaha Mom to sponsor Junkstock on her blog on September 20th. We had her list details of the festival, like what goes on inside and what kind of things there are, just so the mom readers got a little glimpse of what Junkstock is all about. There was also a giveaway on the blog where the readers had to engage with our social media pages in order to earn an entry. And for the prize, it was a free admission to the early bird event, which is simply an early admission into Junkstock, as well as a $100 prepaid Visa card. And by partnering with this Omaha mom, we were able to reach many more families in the community.
We also led live tours on social media platforms in order to increase our activity. So on September 30th and October 7th, the days leading up to the event, we had 2 tour guides, one on Instagram and one on Facebook, give audiences an inside look of what the event is about. So each tour guide was picked specifically to accommodate the different target markets. So on Instagram, teenagers were hired to explain the best spots for pictures as well as what foods and bands were going to be there. On Facebook, we had vendors share the most sought after items and antiques. This allowed us to have our new audiences that we acquired from the blog and the contest to have a better understanding of what this event is about.
We hired 3 local teenagers with a very strong social media presence, meaning they had a good number of followers as well as a good engagement rate going on, to promote junk stock on their accounts on October 1st and October 7th. We provided a photo shoot for them at the early bird event so they could post pictures on their social media pages and their followers could see that and want to come out to experience junk stock for themselves. To compensate, we gave them free admission as well as a $100 prepaid Visa card. And by using these teenage influencers, we were able to reach a younger target market to a much larger extent than ever before. And in fact, the number of teenage attendees at Junkstock increased by 30% thanks to our campaign.
During the event from October 1st through the 3rd, as well as October 8th through the 10th, we were very active on Junkstock's social media page to show that everything was going on. We invited people to come on and join us, as well as show people who couldn't make it this year what they could look forward to in the future.
As for our budget, we went just over $2,200, and this included paying for our tour guides, our ambassadors, the photo shoot, the contest, as well as the newspaper advertisements, the promoted social media tweets, and the blog giveaway.
In order to track how successful our activities were in reaching our target markets and in completing our objectives, we used several different key metrics. We first examined the average engagement rate. So we looked at whether the number of average likes increased from before and after to see if there was a significant change. In the end, we saw a 2% increase. So, for example, on Junkstock's Instagram page, they were previously receiving around 200 likes, but now they were getting around 560. Our goal was originally higher, but we're still proud of what we were able to accomplish in increasing the engagement rate.
We also use analytic resources that are located within each of the social media platforms to view things like our audience engagement and activity for our posts and stories. These resources helped us figure out how many times we've been shared, how many times we've been mentioned on other people's accounts, as well as how many likes we had amassed during the span of our campaign. There were also surveys that we looked at, which we handed out at the festival, and we used these to judge the success rate of our newspaper as well as the blog giveaway advertisement strategies.
We're so glad that we were able to help Junkstock increase their advertising, increase their audience engagement, and increase their activity on social media.
We are glad that our marketing campaign was a success, and we hope Junkstock will continue to utilize our strategies in the future. Thank you.